my water to heat up. So we are streaming on YouTube the way this works. But I have to actually click to go live on Facebook Live. And it'll push both. So guarantee nobody's watching on YouTube. But I can open that up too. I'm just muttering. I'm muttering live on YouTube because that's the thing that I'm doing.
Mom, you're too far away from the mic.
Oh.
You're not loud enough.
Can you hear me now? Am I loud enough now?
You're still pretty quiet.
What about if they're talking? Are they loud enough?
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Yes, they're
We
loud.
are.
All right, we're good.
Can we move this mic over here?
Yeah, try
like
that.
point it
and just
this
see.
way so it gets both of us?
Because I have this one right here.
I've got to figure out how to put a title on
I
this
can do
puppy.
this whenever I answer.
There you go. Yeah, we're gonna leave it.
Showing? What? Is it in frame? No.
Jill, say something.
Hey, can you hear me? It can be in frame. It's okay. Is that better?
Yeah.
What about
Can you
me?
hear the tea kettle?
I can hear the tea.
Do you want some tea? Do you want some coffee? Do you
That
need
sounds
anything else,
wonderful.
anybody? Would you like some, would you like some,
What is it? I'd like a
would you like some mud
mocha
water?
latte frappe oat milk shaken not
Everybody be
stirred.
quiet for the director.
I think, you know, if we had like an espresso machine here, we'd be in a lot better shape.
Where's the
right?
barista?
I know.
Yeah.
I know. We don't have a
We need our
barista.
barista.
I'm just waiting on the water
Who
to
wants
heat
to
up
come be
for
our
my
barista?
mud water. I love being a barista.
All right.
Fancy espresso machine, that's all.
Yes.
Well, hello, Michelle Murakami. Thank you for joining our live stream.
Hi, Michelle.
We're just sitting. Sumatra and then half mud water. Not a paid sponsor of the Fairview Arts Council. I'm trying out mud water as a way to slightly reduce my excessive caffeine consumption. We tried to stage this little area, Debbie. What do you think? What does it need? Tell us what we need here. We're also trying to work out mics, so we're
Yeah.
just talking as we're going here. We've had so many technical difficulties. We've been trying to do this earlier this morning, but all of the different versions of this that seemed like they would work have not worked. And then my computer decided to update and got stuck at 100% for like what, 20 minutes?
Oh, if yeah.
20 minutes.
Minimum.
So,
This is your backstage pass
oh,
right now.
Debbie's gonna come by later to fix our staging. Thank you, Debbie. This is our little coffee shop area of our Arts Council.
Like here?
Yeah, a little closer.
Right. A little closer?
Closer?
Yeah. This looks
It's not
natural.
awkward at all.
1,
Natural.
That's totally natural.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 16, 15, 14.
give them a window into how things happen. Because so much of what we've done as an arts council, so much of what we've done as a creative community has started with like these conversations back when First District was First District, before it's now Thompson's Kitchen. I need like a, are we getting warmer, louder, hotter, quieter, colder? What is the, I don't know. I'm being very loud, by the way, so I'm practically yelling at the microphones.
Just hanging out with my skull. He needs a name.
You should always have him there and just
Yeah.
never like acknowledge it.
So I got that guy for,
Friedrich. This is Friedrich.
I got that for drawing class.
Mm.
If you ever get a chance to take a drawing class from me, it's super unfun. It has a lot to do with that skull.
But I will show up. And I will do interpretations with the skull.
Okay, they're actually still working on audio, so if you can't hear us well, we're gonna try to talk loud and be close to the microphones. We are here today to talk about small business. We're gonna be talking to Aaron here in a few minutes about his art. We are here with Sarah Jenkins again.
Hi.
I'm gonna do these introductions all over again if you couldn't hear them the first time. She said it's good for a minute and now it's low again. We could just sit here and drink coffee and eat donuts for a while until we get this sorted out. That's another thing we can do. Figuring it out in real time. I just switched to YouTube. We are also streaming on YouTube. I need to mute that.
Beatles documentary. I think this is
Oh, yeah.
on par with Peter Jackson.
Absolutely. We-
Yeah.
So yeah,
You have to start somewhere.
Right,
Interpretive
right,
dance.
right.
Michelle has volunteered to do interpretive dance, so we just need her to come down.
All
and,
right.
make that a thing.
excellent. Perfect.
There's our
So,
YouTube. Cheryl had the same idea. Interpretive dance.
With the skull, can Friedrich join in?
Yes.
Sure.
All right.
Yes, absolutely.
He's very excited. You can't tell, but he really is. He's laughing on the inside.
Yeah, skulls by themselves don't have that much expression, I guess. But
They always seem happy, right?
yeah, that's true.
He's
It's
agreeing.
positive.
Yeah, he's in agreement.
What
When you
happens
fix
to
that
him?
soon.
Yeah, I don't really need it to open and close probably, so I probably should just glue it on.
glue it.
Oh, it was the spring. He has a little spring up
He
in there
does,
that
yeah.
opens and closes.
Aw.
Kevin, if we need to put that mic right in the middle, that is also okay. It doesn't have to be off camera. It can be right in the middle. So part of the reason we're sitting like this cozy is to bring you guys into our little conversations. So please, I'm sitting here reading chat. So jump right into chat. Share this feed if you can. I just posted the YouTube link. We want to get our YouTube subscribers up as well. Because if you subscribe on YouTube and you click the little notification bell, then when we go live, you get notified. So if you have YouTube on your phone, it's a really good way to know that we've gone live, particularly if you know somebody that's not on, Facebook. And I'm going to bug a couple more people here. How is the audio? Can anybody hear the audio out there?
A little bit more quiet, a little bit quiet.
A little quiet.
All right.
Do we
It's
just
all right.
have the one mic?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So we are here live from the Fairview Arts Council. If you're just joining us, we are drinking coffee or mud water, and we are eating Fairview donuts.
Holding skulls.
holding skulls, petting skulls, making skulls talk and say things. We're talking about Small Business Saturday, and a huge part of the reason that we're here, we're also fixing audio right now, so I'm going to keep talking, and then we're gonna just keep adjusting if you can't hear us. So all of this really started sitting and drinking coffee and doing art several years ago. And then a lot of the leaps forward that we have made happen very casually as we just sit around drinking coffee at First District or hanging out here after hours. So we really want to bring people into that little world because it's been great to watch this community build and grow as we've come along.
Absolutely.
You guys should talk too, because we're
Yeah.
checking levels on everybody, not just me.
Yeah, when I started, my wife Michelle and I started hanging out with people from the Arts Council. It was right after we moved here in 2018. That's when we were doing coffee and breakfast on Saturday nights. And it was nice. It was really nice just getting to be around other creative people and just talking about art. It was like going inside a gym where we're talking about what we were doing, meeting each other. And then we started talking about like what the art council could be.
I know. We have had just like the most tech issues this morning. The things we're trying to accomplish haven't really worked. Can you also video this with your good camera or your good phone and your good skills slightly off camera? And that way we have it no matter what. So we've got multiple versions of it. We're having a conversation this morning about small businesses, creative people, and a lot of these live streams are just to have the conversation about what it is we're doing and why, right? So we're here to just be a community. That's first and foremost what you just said, which you're gonna have to say again because nobody heard it apparently.
Word for word. Everything
I'm
you
loud
just
and
said.
soft. Can we be up like this? Is that too much in the way? Can we bring
Yeah,
that one around?
can we-
Should we bring that one around? It's not working at all.
That's not, okay.
There's another mic in the back. There's another one of these.
Can they hear me? Can they hear us now?
Yeah, can we
Seems like
hear
they would be able to
Aaron?
hear all of us equally with that mic, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
It has to be rather close. A little bit better? Can you hear us okay? Oh yeah, we're kind of like, we'll move to be where we need to be.
I can speak louder. Okay, so can you hear me now? How about this? Okay.
Don't go
Speaking a little
don't
louder.
go past like 12 or 15, I would
Maybe.
say.
Too late?
All right. We're trying to get to where we are not spending the first half of a live stream talking about how low our audio is. So, we're working with what we've got right now. We will improve it as we go along. We've talked a lot about doing this on a regular basis. We've done some live from Kevin's, which was super fun. Sarah has a Instagram show now.
I do.
And we want to have these conversations more often. So we're going to be doing more live streams, but a big part of it is getting the tech worked out. So
Again, this is your backstage pass right now
Yeah.
at Fairview Arts
Right.
Council.
To the high level of quality that we have
Yes.
going on. All right, so we'll just talk and we'll just move forward and see how it goes. I'm gonna move this up a little bit. We are talking this morning about Small Business Saturday is today. And a big part of the motivation of doing these live streams was thinking about our makers and their Christmas coming up. We've got a lot of people who are hustling to get in those last Christmas sales. And we really are here to support those people, the artists, the musicians, the hobbyists, the small businesses. So we wanted to do something that led up to today, to Small Business Saturday, to draw as much attention as possible. And a big part of the motivation of doing this is just to try things and see how they go.
Right.
To try something different, I guess. You know, we've done craft fair kind of things, we've done different types of setups, and we're looking for ideas of ways to do things that are different, to support makers. And if you're just joining us, we've got some technical difficulties we are working through. We're trying to get the audio up. We're trying to work out some of the technical issues, but we're just having a conversation. And if you're in there, say hello. If you're watching, and if you have questions or comments, I'm watching the feed right now, so you can join this conversation. We are talking about the community that we're trying to create. And you were talking about earlier
Yeah, I can repeat.
getting involved. Yeah,
Yeah.
say that again.
My wife and son and I moved here to Fairview in 2018, just from up the road in Bellevue. But we started in 2018 and almost immediately got introduced to these guys at the Arts Council, where we would go on Saturday mornings and meet at First District, then Harvest, and have coffee and breakfast, and just talk about creative things. I think as artists, I think one of our favorite things is to just talk to other artists about art, about how we run our business, about how we make the art, because I don't know, I think we're endlessly just fascinated by how other people do things, and then sharing how things are going in our lives. And eventually we started talking about just things that we could do as an arts council, what an arts council is, what it could be for the community, because we're all just a bunch of creatives who I think like doing things and being in the same space together, and trying to figure out what people want, what people need. A lot of us are makers in that we make things to sell. A lot of us are small business owners. There are several small businesses that have physical locations because they got started here in our parking lot on Saturdays. And I think we're in a constant conversation trying to figure out how to help other artists here and what they need. Figuring out what we need. It's just a constant figuring it out, and then figuring out what the questions are, and then trying to answer them.
Yeah. One of the early conversations, we're being told to talk louder. One of the early conversations that we had, often, very much in the beginning, maybe a little bit before you came, is previously when there had been efforts to create organization around the arts here, there was a lot of conversations about what is and what isn't art, who is and who isn't an artist. You know, a lot of times in organizations like this, people feel like there's a threshold, like you have to be this good, or you have to be doing these things in order to participate. And one of the decisions we made really early on that I think people don't realize is, we said, we are not doing that. If you color with crayons because you're just getting started and you love it, you get to be a part of this. And so that's allowed us to remove that kind of distinction between levels of professionalism, which has allowed us to create an organization where we have a community where people are just getting started. We have a community where people have done all kinds of things. We have a community where people are working at a professional level. And honestly, throughout all of this, that is the thing that I have appreciated the most. Because I don't enjoy the idea that this person is not an artist because they're a crafter. We have crafters who are also artists. We have artists who are also crafters. We have musicians. We have writers. We have people who just love it and they never want to monetize it ever.
Right.
We have people who are just getting started and they have goals to reach a professional level. And so anybody that's out there watching, I want them to know that you absolutely can come and get involved at any level that you're at. We're working on adding some microphones. If you're missing some of this, I would love it if you would hang on and as we work through the technical difficulties, I appreciate that. Got totally sidetracked looking at the comments. It's like a practice. You have to practice.
Do we have any new comments?
They're all about the audio. So
Okay.
that's where we're at right now.
Yeah.
We're working on it.
It's good now.
We're trying.
Oh, better
Apparently
now?
we're good. All right.
Is it better? Okay, good.
Back to what we were talking about.
Yeah.
So that's something that I think we're hoping with doing more video will bring people into the conversation a little bit because, we all represent different categories and levels of participation. And we have people on the board who are just getting started in the arts. We have people on the board who are not particularly artistic, but they appreciate the arts. They want to support the arts. So we want all sorts of people to come in and get involved. But a big part of why we're here is to, like you said, Aaron, really support the people who are trying to create something of value with their creativity, right? Whether it's art or music or
Right.
writing, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You're very quiet, Sarah.
I am. I don't know if it's because I'm holding a skull here, or
We're gonna have
if
to take
it's
the skull away. So
that
it's,
I've given all I can give. I have nothing left to give.
We were going to start this about an hour ago and we had so many technical difficulties because I'm trying to do something that we haven't done before. And of
Wow.
course, it's like starting a recipe when you actually have people coming over. Yeah, Debbie makes the point that there's lots of opportunities to volunteer. And the truth is, like, we need so much help. As you can tell by this live stream, we need a lot of help.
Yeah.
Help us. We've got our
Help
dysfunction.
us.
We've got
Help
our
us,
dysfunction full on display here.
Sorry. That's what you get from me.
Yes,
Talking
she's-
skulls. I'm here for the non-humor.
We're at the point right now where we are not even organized enough to fully engage the volunteer help that we get. So we are really working on that. We're really working on getting things in a row. But a lot of participation is really just come and get to know us. Come on a Saturday morning. Come hang out. If you haven't met Kevin and Brett and Justin and Cheryl, they're here running businesses. They are all part of this world. You should come and talk to them and meet them. If you come on a Saturday, you're very likely to meet Michelle Murakami. You're very likely to meet me or Cheryl, who are all on the board of the Arts Council, and we're usually here on Saturdays coming and going. And really just getting to know us is the best way to get involved to begin with. And it's a hard step. People aren't sure what's going on here, so they're not sure if it's something for them. And as Cheryl just said, we put the fun in dysfunction. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
I think I totally get that it's kind of, people don't know what to expect from coming by the Arts Council or what it means to join the Arts Council. And that's okay. I think honestly, the main thing that we're about is just, being an artist by yourself can be very lonely. And it's always, I think, beneficial to know and to be around another community of artists. And we have all these artists living in Fairview and around Fairview. And this is a physical place for us to just come and check in, talk about projects, make projects, think of things that we can do together, like these live streams, like the expo we had over the summer. Honestly, you could just come over here and just sit on this couch, listen to Kevin play some sweet tunes, and make art, or read a book, or write a book, or
Yeah,
dance, or whatever you want.
dance,
Yeah.
yes.
But yeah, as far as say any kind of joining the Arts Council, we want people to obviously be in our part of our Facebook group. We do a lot of communication there, and then go to our website, and there's a place on the website called My FAC, and you can request to join there and get a profile and be able to interact in our conversations that we're having online too. And that's kind of where we're at right now. And you can find other people who do what you do, whether it's painting or whether it's drawing portraits or cooking or doing video or
Songwriting,
yeah,
we've
all
got a
sorts.
songwriters group
Really,
starting up.
any sort of creative thing that we've thought of or that we haven't thought of. You can probably find somebody else who is at least interested in that.
Yeah, it's been extraordinary, and I've said this every time I'm on camera, how many people that we did not expect to find that we have found here. And why do you think it's so hard to take that first step? Because that seems to be the sticking point. It's like once people show up and get to know us, as long as Sarah's not holding a skull, like we're okay,
Yeah.
But that first step seems to be just really difficult to do when you don't know what you're walking into, I think.
Yeah.
That's been,
And that
Yeah.
might be something, the not knowing where you fit in.
Yeah.
Or what you're going to do there,
Right.
or what is your purpose there, and not knowing is not a bad thing.
Right.
Just come and you'll find it, and you'll find different things as you go along, I
Right.
think.
yeah,
But
Yeah.
getting started, absolutely. And we've got an acting group,
we do.
which is going very well.
And anybody can join that at any time. We haven't made that point as much, but that's definitely something that people should get involved with. So the benefit of doing this is what we're trying to do today, like for Small Business Saturday. So we've got a fun idea, something we're gonna try today. The biggest thing that we accomplish, I think, as an organization, is that we raise the visibility of the arts in the area. And so when you have something that people are doing, a place for them to come, people gathering together doing a thing, people on the outside notice that thing is happening. And it's just as simple as that. Like if we're sitting at the coffee shop talking, it's not a coffee shop now, if we're sitting at Thompson's Kitchen having lunch, talking about creativity, you begin to attract people around you.
Right.
If we do something and it gets shared out into the world, then that ends up being something that is elevates the visibility so people can find you, people that you're here. I lived here for 10 years, and I knew I had one creative friend, and that was it. And I just didn't know anybody. And I certainly didn't expect to find what I have right now, which is you and you, Michelle. Karen is holding another camera over here. Cheryl right over there, next door. Like the number of people that I have found that have just, I'm going to get weepy, like they transform my world. It has been extraordinary to have so many connections that are positive connections. Like there's no egos fighting with each other, there's no drama, there's no any of that. There is no people trying to figure out what all they can get out of this. They are just giving. People are being kind and encouraging to each other. People are sharing of what they have. It has just been, like, from a personal standpoint, I've never been in this situation in my life. I mean, this is very unique for me to have this many people that I feel like I can ask a question of, I feel like I can talk to. And then there's on a side note, the creative synergy that comes from sitting here drinking coffee or mud water and, bouncing ideas off of each other and just hearing what other people are doing.
Right.
The first weekend we did this, there was a songwriters thing going on right here, and we were getting ready to set up and do our live stream in the back. And I was struggling because I wanted to be up here, and I was supposed to be setting up back there, and it's just so fueling to be around.
Inspirational.
It is so inspirational.
Yeah.
It
And I think
really
if you
is.
go through a dry spell at any point in time, and we all do as creatives, to fill your cup back up,
Yes.
to spark that energy and those ideas, being
Yeah.
around other creatives is a great way to do that. It's
Yeah.
helpful. You need that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think what we were talking about earlier, as far as people, being kind of timid to, say, reach out to us or come by here for the first time. I mean, I get that because I remember, my first time going and having coffee. I think part of it is just not knowing, like, kind of like you were hitting on, am I good enough? Like,
Yeah.
is this, am I going there and these are all like professional artists and artisans who have been doing this for decades? And the answer is we really do have the entire range of people, and that's exactly what we want. We want people who've been doing this for 40 years, and we want people who, this may be the first time that they've picked up a paintbrush since they were in school,
Yeah.
and everything in between. And that's why we're trying to create something where we can all kind of get together and bond over common ground and learn from each other. I had another point too. I can't remember what it is, but I'll think about it at an
Jump
appropriate
in.
time. Yeah, I'll blurt it out.
Yeah, and I think that's the difference. That we're not a guild. Originally, there was a guild, and I think there was some confusion in the beginning that we were restarting a guild. This is not a guild. A guild is people of a certain level. You want the quality people. I'm not saying quality like there's non-quality people, but I'm saying you want people that are a certain professional level, doing a certain thing.
Right.
Right? And we're specifically a council because the idea is for us to simmer ideas about how to create an entire environment to nurture all levels. Because when you're talking about a community, you need the beginners, you need the students. You want to specifically inspire people who have never picked up a paintbrush. We have people in our group who have never done a thing before who are just learning to do the thing. And Debbie says it's hard because you may not feel you're good enough, but that's not the case. There's folks from all skill levels. We
Right.
want people who are just getting started. We want people who are moving into more advanced things and maybe trying their hand at selling their work or putting their music on Spotify or starting a YouTube channel, right? Or whatever the thing is. And then we have people who begin to work at professional levels. And those are the people who we want to help support them. We want to help come alongside them and just be their fan club, be their cheerleaders, help each other, gain more traction as they promote themselves professionally. And then once they reach another level or they are wrapping up their career, they can give back. And so it creates this environment that is in a way self-sustaining in a community if people have a way to connect together, if people have a way to find each other, then that is what we're looking for, right? That
Right.
sort of cycle of creativity where people continue to add to it.
And Erin brought up a great point about everyone learning from each other. So no matter what level you're at, and we shouldn't necessarily always look at it with levels, because
Right.
Yeah.
we are all learning from each other, no matter where we're at. If we're just starting, if we've been doing it for years, there's something we can learn and gain from each other, which I think is very important.
And maybe a better way to look at it isn't levels. Maybe a better way to look at it is what you are doing with your creativity. Because some people, for them, it is something they are just trying to learn and grow. Some people, it is a hobby. Some people, it is something they truly want to monetize. Some people want it to be their full-time career. And so everybody has a different perspective. And there's no right or wrong way. It's how you... We just think the wrong way is to say no to completely to creativity. That's wrong. You should not be doing that. You should be allowing some of it into your life, even if it is just to enrich yourself.
Right.
Not to say, Debbie made the point where you can use non-art experience to help others as well. Since we have some people watching, if you're watching and haven't said hi, say hello and join the conversation. We are also on YouTube, and we would love to talk to you. But also, we do need, I just tried to see if there is any YouTube comments, and I totally lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. Oh, we've got some people watching on YouTube as well, so.
All right. Thank you.
We're taking over.
Yes. We're going viral with the skull.
We need people to get involved who are specifically creative, because that fuels us. We love meeting new creative people, but we really need people who are not creative, meaning their biggest skill sets are not in the arts. If you are someone who has skill sets that are not in the arts, then there's a very good chance we could use your help.
Yes,
With all kinds of things, whether it's technical or hammering. Yeah, we've got a big construction project that we're trying to get off the ground here. So if you have construction experience and you want to volunteer here, we also could use you for that. So absolutely.
Honestly, I can't imagine any type of skill that would not come in handy here.
Yeah.
Well, it's not just artists. It's not just people in the arts realm that are involved here. It's really anybody who just even has an interest.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Because we're creating a community, but we are also trying to run an organization. So there's so many components to that we need.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, so we intended to start this a lot earlier, and so let's talk about the plan for today. What we're going to do today is we are going to try to bring some attention to the small businesses we have here, and we're going to go shopping.
Yay! Without the skull.
Or we can bring the skull.
Oh,
I
should
guess
he?
we
All right,
should.
comment
Yes,
if you
let's
want
leave the
Friedrich here
skull
to come
here,
shopping
yes.
with us.
And if you're on Facebook today, we're going to be doing Facebook Live. We're going to be turning this off in just a bit. First, we're going to talk to Aaron a little bit about his business, his art. He has very much doing very well in Nashville as an artist. I think were you voted favorite artist?
I was.
So we're going to say we knew him well.
Yes.
When? So we're going to be talking to him in just a minute about his art. And then once we do that, we're going to take a break. We're going to pick it back up after lunch or maybe during lunch. We are only going to be Facebook Live at that point because we are going to take this show on the road. We are going to visit some small businesses around town. If you have a suggestion for somewhere you want us to go, put it in, send us a message, or put it in the comments when we go live again. We are going to be putting together a basket of Fairview goods from local stores, small businesses, and makers. And beyond that, what we would really love for you to do is share small businesses in our Fairview Arts Council group. Let's give small makers as much traction as you possibly can. So if you have an Etsy store, we typically ban like sales and things like that. We paused that during COVID, and then we haven't really talked about it since. But today is Small Business Saturday. If you have a small business that is even slightly creative, we're going to be very liberal with that. If you have a small business, if you have a website where you sell something, if you have an Etsy store, if you're on Spotify, if you do anything that is small, and you do anything that is creative that you make money on, you need to be putting it in our group right now. You need to just post it all day long. If you see somebody post something not in our group, but you know that they're in the region, they don't have to be in Fairview, they can be from Dixon to Bellevue, Ashland City, we don't care. Share it in the group. Share it with your friends. Let's really try to raise the visibility of our small makers, whether they have a storefront physically or it's an online presence, music, books, if you're a writer and you've got books for sale, put it all in there. Because for me, like personally, I don't know how you guys feel, but this is my year of Amazon detox. Like,
Yes.
I'm trying really hard to just not make that decision and to instead invest in all local things.
Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah. And not to be controversial, not that this is controversial, probably, but the only people who have done well over the last couple years with everything we've been through are these giants. They're killing it. They're bringing in the money. And small businesses are dying. And so part of the reason that we love this space that we're in right now, if you haven't stopped by here, you need to stop by here. We have share our space with Kevin's Rock and Roll Emporium. You have to come by for that. Next door, we've got Roll Top Leather and Smoky's Collectibles and Toys. We're going to be going over there. We've got some small businesses that are still holding on and still doing okay here in Fairview. And if you don't want that to go away, you have to support that. So definitely come with us. The way it's going to work today, part of our doing this is just trying different things to see how they work, right? Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a little break, and then we're going to talk to Aaron. Hang on through that. Hang on. We got a little tiny commercial that's Arts Council. We're going to talk to Aaron about his art, and then we're going to stop the stream, but be looking for it. While the stream is stopped for like 15, 20 minutes, post your small business links, post your friends' small business links, their Etsy stores, all of that. And then join us when we come back, because we're going to be out with our small businesses traveling around.
So, and if you have a place that you want us to stop, let us know.
Excellent.
Well, I think we want visibility for the small businesses. We're not telling anyone where to shop, but we want to see the people who don't get as much visibility as the larger places. We want you to shine. We want you to be seen. We want to encourage people to purchase and to support, your local communities and your local artisans.
Yeah. It makes so much of a difference to me too. Like if you give a gift that has a story behind it, like, cause you know who made it with their own two hands,
Yeah.
it's a very different feeling. A lot of times we give gifts because we have a list of people we have to give gifts for. And I've just decided that it's all going to be things that people make. It's all going to be things that are tangible. I'm even trying to get my kids off of the, we did not do an Amazon gift list, wish list this year. And so we're preferencing small businesses, and we are about to, if you're just joining us, we're about to take a small road trip. We're going to be traveling around Fairview live to do some shopping at our local small businesses and talk about those. So we hope that you'll hang on for that. But I think right now what we'll do is we're just going to take a very short break, but you hang on through that. We've just got a little video clip we're going to play for you, and we'll be right back in just a couple of minutes, and we're going to talk to Erin. So keep this live feed open. Share it during the video so that everybody can come back in and make sure we have people here for that. So we'll be talking to Erin in just a few minutes, all right?
There, done. Hey everyone.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Michelle Murakami. I'm an artist.
I'm
in
Karen
Fairview.
Fox.
I'm
I'm a photographer.
I am Cheryl Speed, a member of the Fairview Arts Council.
It is really important that you surround yourself with the kind of people that help you believe that you can do things.
My name is Aaron Graham, and I make art inspired by drawings I made when I was a kid.
Hi, my name is Jackie Nickler, and we're here in beautiful Cooley.
A town that reinvests in the arts is a town that is fully alive.
Fairview Arts Council at this very unique time. I've chosen to be outside on this beautiful Tennessee day. My name is Lee Crow, and I am with Crossroads Academy of the Arts.
I think we're all looking for a place to go. We're all looking for an outlet.
Hi, my name is Sabrina Edwards, and I'm with my husband Sid. We make stained glass.
Stop worrying about what isn't and start changing what is.
Go ahead and introduce yourself. Okay, I'm Susan Gully, and I've been in Fairview for close to 33 years now.
Hi. Hi. It's John and Lauren D'Amato. We have D'Amato Music School and Fairview Guitar.
Immediately jumped in because I needed to connect with artists. I was here by myself, no family, not knowing anybody, and that was the first thing that really I got involved in when I got here to Fairview, and it's been really nice being a part of it and growing along with the organization. It's been an opportunity to make new friends and connect with other artists and of different types, everything from painters and people that draw and musicians and theater groups and everything. So that's made it a really nice combination and worthwhile being here in Fairview, that's for sure.
We're growing, we're changing, because we are trying to do something good. We are trying to create a community where people help each other and collaborate and teach and inspire and grow. We are trying to bring creative people together and raise the visibility of the arts.
Hey,
Okay.
and we're back.
Hi. Well, welcome back to Fairview Live Small Business Saturday. We're live on Facebook right now. We're also live on YouTube. So you can watch us at both. And if you've got comments, we would love to answer any questions you have. We would love to talk with you. So leave some comments on either platform and we'll engage in that. And I'm sitting here with Aaron Graham, who is a local artist. You are also a fellow board member here at FAC,
Yes.
Fairview Arts Council. And you and your wife own a business called the Gray Umbrella.
Yeah. Well, it's our creative arts business. We do all of our art. She's an artist too. And we do all of our art under that. We also do graphic design and any other creative thing that we can think of. This is some of my art that I have for sale in my Etsy shop. I'll remember to post a link to it in Facebook. But honestly, most of the art that I do is a lot bigger than this. For galleries and for art fairs and things like that. but for the holidays, I wanted to have things available that were a lot more affordable and easier to mail out and to send. First of all, a little background about me. I've been making art as long as I can remember, since I was, I don't know, 5-ish, something like that. And I've been doing this professionally since 2005. My art, as you can see, like here's a little sailboat. It's all inspired by art that I made when I was a kid. Yeah, like that little airplane is exactly like the airplane I drew when I was probably 6 years old. And it's all kind of, hopeful, try to be, a little inspirational, but also honest. It's not all completely positive or sappy. Like this is a piece that I did. This piece I actually did recently, but it says the rain is different than I remember. It used to be cold and dark, but today it feels wonderful. And honestly, that's just about hope and redemption and coming out of a dark place. And I think that's something that people can relate to. I have lots of prints here of all sorts of things that I've done throughout the years. I have Christmas ornaments. These are all hand-painted Christmas ornaments of different things. It says love each other. Here's Bible verse, do not be afraid, bring you good news of great joy. That's a pretty popular one. I have this believe in hope on a little sled.
I love that.
I have a number of other ones here that you can get for your tree. And I have several of these small. I started selling them a few days ago and have a few left. These are easy and small to set out. Just a little, here's a little church, some churches, some umbrellas.
I love the colors.
Yeah.
On these. These are beautiful.
And as you see, like I kind of have a color palette that I've come up with over the years. Like, I have kind of certain greens that I use and certain blues that I use. And it kind of all comes from vintage children's books. I think it kind of started with, say, Winnie the Pooh books. A lot of the early ones, just kind of the colors that they were using back then. It was, not just primary colors, but kind of desaturated and just like kind of interesting versions of those colors. So I really like those. I have some 8x10s. These are called subterranean birds. And I have a number of these that are all essentially abstract paintings with these little birds that I do, just doing their thing, enjoying each other's company, and dreaming about what the world can be.
I love that.
I've got those available too. And so yeah, for you can get any of these things in my Etsy shop. You can get there by going to aarongraham.com/shop. I'll put a link because you probably don't know how to spell my name either. It's not easy. It's Aaron, and the last name is Graym, but you just pronounce it Graham. And yeah, that's what I have right now. Like I said, I've been doing this professionally since 2005, and I show downtown in a gallery called Swipe Right Art that is currently moving to 3rd Avenue. It's about to open up again soon. And then I recently showed at the NBA art show. I did the Harding art show over the summer, and my next big show, I guess, is actually in Atlanta at the Trinity Spotlight show.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That I'll be kind of spending the next 2 months painting as much as I possibly can for.
And we just briefly mentioned that you were voted Nashville's favorite artist. Is that right? Tell us a little bit about that.
Fairview's favorite artist.
Fairview.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the Main Street awards. So
Okay.
that was neat.
It was on a billboard. Okay. Well, we're going for Nashville's
Several
favorite
things.
artist.
Yes,
Because I
yes.
think that you should definitely do
I
that.
was on a billboard over the summer in downtown Nashville. That was pretty neat.
That's huge.
Yeah.
I've never been on a billboard. That's
Well,
awesome.
Yeah. One day.
Yeah. Well, maybe. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Oh, well, this is great. What inspires you when you're painting?
My family, my wife and son specifically, and thinking about struggles that people are going through that maybe something that I can do might help somebody. As you see, a lot of my pieces have words in them, which I'd say 99% of them are mine, and I just kind of come up with them on the spot. But just thinking about like, okay, what could somebody hear today that might help them? I did a few murals downtown. I did one last year and then 6 more this year in downtown Nashville, and all of them have words on them because I was thinking like, okay, if I'm doing these murals and somebody's coming by and maybe they're having a rough day and they saw one of these, maybe it could change the course of their day.
Oh, well, yeah. Art is very healing.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
just extremely healing.
Yeah. And this is all, it's all designed to kind of bring out the inner child and reconnect yourself with it. I'm doing a course right now. I'm a visiting artist at Hume Fogg High School in downtown Nashville for about a month. And I'm taking the kids there through an art project that's kind of a self-portrait project that's designed to help them remember and reconnect to who they were as a much younger child, and kind of honor that and help bring that forward to the next phase of their life.
Yeah, we lose a piece of that as we get older, and it's important to connect with that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much, Aaron. These are great. Now tell us again where we can find you. So if people want to follow you online, if they want to find your work, where will you send them to? Where do they need to go?
So Instagram and Facebook is just my name, Aaron Graham, and my website, aarongraham.com. And if you go to aarongraham.com/shop, it'll take you directly to my Etsy shop, and I will put a link in the Arts Council group toward that.
All right. Well, everyone, go and check Aaron's work out. Support him. He's fabulous. He's a wonderful human, and we're really glad that he's here with us. Thank you so
Thank you.
much, Aaron. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. And we will be back shortly with the big shopping trip. So stay tuned. You don't want to leave. Stay on Facebook and YouTube and come follow us and keep commenting and keep sharing small businesses and let us know where you want us to go.
We've got, of course, anything from sports cards to sports memorabilia. We've got Pokemon. We've got a lot of Pokemon products here, a lot of options for everyone here. We've got Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon. We've got Magic the Gathering. We've got a lot of decks that have just come in. We've got comic books here. We've got hobby boxes. We've got wax. We've got a lot of Star Wars toys, a lot of Pokemon. We do have some MetaZoo still available. We just got in the spell books. I've still got a release deck and several packs here and some blister packs. Barbies. I've got a new toy order that just came in that I'm going to be putting up on the shelves for boys and girls both. So yeah, we've got plenty of room to sit down. Of course, I'm going to be clearing off these tables. Feel free to come in, look at comics, sort through some cards. Just have some fun in here. Hope to see you soon.